When somebody's 10 miles underground on an oil rig or in Siberian tundra in the harshest conditions possible, they can't have a single tool fail on them out there in the field. Our end users rely on us for their livelihood, for their safety, and to bring them home every night to their families. We don't sell tools, what we sell is peace of mind. Stanley Black & Decker, originally founded as Stanley Tools in 1843, has grown over its years to become the $11 billion global diversified tool storage and security provider that we are today.
The relationship between your sales and marketing people is absolutely a critical piece to a good functioning commercial organization.
So one of our biggest challenges prior to implementing the Salesforce platform was really having a single look at the ROI that we can capture across all of our different marketing assets.
Marketing's job is to create demand. Salespeople's job is to fulfill demand. Those two parts of the organization have to work harmoniously. Salesforce is a critical piece to what we're doing here. There's an opportunity within the organization to take and really blur the lines between marketing and sales. And Salesforce is really that thing that helps us streamline the marketing and sales process.
After implementing Salesforce, it gave us a full 360 look from the marketing assets as well as our sales cycle and even our customer service team.
You need to understand your customer. In order to do that, you need to really understand his behavior patterns. Once you understand his behavior patterns and their purchasing patterns, you can make better decisions. It allows us to do things and be smarter and do it in a way that it's not straining or taxing to our people.
Mobile is the way of the future, without a doubt.
We can't be in an office all day long. If our sales guys are out doing their job, they need to have mobile ability.
The analytics behind it to be able to see the click-throughs and the opens.
Ultimately, it's about understanding your customer, right? Segmenting that customer and delivering a message to him that creates the demand. Once that demand is created, it's about continuing to deliver that message until you close the deal and creates revenue. And that's where Salesforce comes in and allows us to focus on really delivering the right message to the right customer at the right time.
Thank you. Stanley Black & Decker is a true customer trailblazer. Welcome to our B2b Marketing Keynote. Those of you watching online are not going to be able to see how crowded this room is, where we have people in all of the seats and wrapped around all the way to the back. My name is Mike Costow. I'm the GM of Salesforce Pardot. And today, you're going to hear from some amazing trailblazers. You're going to see some incredible products in action, and you're going to learn how to become a trailblazer, a marketer that sales teams love. But first, our forward-looking statement. We're going to talk today about future innovation. Please make your purchasing decisions based on what is commercially available today. And I'd like to start by saying thank you to our customers, to our partners, and to our employees. Our customers, they fuel our innovation. Our partners do amazing work helping to extend the power of the Salesforce platform. And our employees work tirelessly to build these amazing products that you're going to see in action today. And to show our appreciation, we have a great surprise at the end, so don't go anywhere. So for those of you that were at Mark's keynote on Monday, you heard Mark talk about the fourth industrial revolution and how this rapid pace of innovation is impacting our economies and our societies and our jobs. And it's no different in B2B marketing. The fourth industrial revolution is having a serious impact on the B2B marketing profession. And the advent of technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning dramatically changing how we as marketers work. And those that have been able to embrace this change, we call them trailblazers. And these trailblazers, they're innovators, they're disruptors, they're learners, and because of the success that they're having in their respective industries, they're seeing their careers skyrocket. And I am very excited that we have a couple of incredible trailblazers here today who are going to share their stories. But it's a journey. And for many marketers, still dealing with this chaos. E-consultancy tells us that marketers, on average, are using more than 21 different applications to run their marketing. 21 different marketing applications. Let that sink in for a sec. Marketers have to string together 21 different tools in order to run their business. And when you have 21 different tools with data in 21 different places, you don't have a single source of truth across sales and marketing. And we know you can't find and nurture more leads if you don't personalize interactions. You can't personalize interactions if you have data in 21 different places. And Accenture tells us that 85% of executives are going to invest extensively in AI over the next 2 years. You can't harness the power of artificial intelligence if you have data in 21 different places. And we now know when you leverage the power of AI, it helps you to close more deals. And if you have data in 21 different places, it's very difficult for you to maximize ROI. You don't have a single source of truth. And that's why I'm excited to introduce here today Salesforce for B2B Marketing, the most complete solution for B2B marketers, built on the world's #1 CRM and powered by AI. Salesforce for B2B Marketing helps you find and nurture more leads, close more deals, and maximize ROI. And because it's built on the Salesforce Platform, you get the advantage of amazing innovation like the App Exchange, where you can extend the power of the Salesforce for B2B Marketing Platform with a whole host of partner applications. And you also get to take advantage of Trailhead, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about here at Dreamforce. Trailhead is the fun and the easy way to learn how to use Salesforce. And because of the success of our Trailblazers, we've seen incredible success at Salesforce in marketing. And we now have the #1 market share in marketing across both B2B and B2C. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome an incredible B2B marketer who's going to help us understand how we can find and nurture more leads, close more deals, and maximize ROI with Salesforce for B2B Marketing. Please welcome Maureen Majoni. There we go.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, so Mike just walked us all through all of the challenges that we face as B2B marketers today. And like you, I'm a B2B marketer, and one of my biggest challenges is figuring out how to find and nurture leads for my sales team. And I know I'm not the only one in this room who's had a salesperson come up to them and say, give me more leads, give me better leads, right? But I will say that as a B2B marketer at Salesforce, I am able to use our powerful B2B solution to help me with these challenges. And I'm able to use things like Advertising Studio and Salesforce Pardot. So let's dive into those. In today's world, the lines between traditional B2B and B2C marketing are really blurring. As B2B marketers, we need to be everywhere our customers are, including their social and their digital channels. And this is what Advertising Studio helps me do. It helps me find more leads for my sales team. I can use my current CRM data to target my key segments, and then use lookalike audiences to find new prospects that look like my best customers. Then I can reach them right where they are with channels like Facebook and Google. And with Salesforce Lead Analytics, I know exactly which leads are driving the most engagement and which ones are driving the most pipeline. Now, once I get these leads, I don't want them to just sit there. I want to continue to engage and to nurture them, and I can do that with Salesforce Pardot. I can use smart forms and landing pages to capture valuable lead information, and then use dynamic content to deliver a personalized experience to my customers based on who they are and what they're interested in. Now, Engagement Studio is my central marketing canvas where I can build and launch personalized nurture campaigns that get the right leads into the hands of my sales team. I can test and see what's working and what's not, and collaborate with my team all in one place, saving me so much time in my day. With that, I would like to tell the story of a trailblazer who's making huge strides in the automotive industry, Cox Automotive. Now, many of you might know Cox Automotive through brands like Auto Trader and Kelley Blue Book, but what you might not know is that Cox Automotive is a B2B company with 25 brands selling hundreds of solutions to dealerships, lenders, auto manufacturers worldwide. And they are leveraging Salesforce for B2B marketing to transform the way dealerships market and sell cars in this new age of intelligence. Now, we are very excited to share the story of how Cox Automotive is leveraging all of the Salesforce for B2B marketing products to find and nurture leads, close more deals, and maximize their ROI. And we're going to do that in 3 chapters today. And to kick us off, I would like to welcome to the stage my friend and colleague, Blake Markham.
Thank you, Maureen. Now, before we get started with our demos, I want to give a quick shout out to our magicians in the demo booth, Julia and Christina. Please give them a warm welcome. So for this demo, I'm going to play the role of Eric Keel, VP of Marketing for Cox Automotive. And I'm going to show you how we find and nurture leads using Advertising Studio and Salesforce Pardot. Now, as Maureen just mentioned, with Advertising Studio, I can create audiences that look just like my best prospects and customers. And I can target them with personalized content. But you know, before I get started on a social ad, I really need to understand who should I be targeting and what content should I be using. Now, to answer questions like this every day, my sales and marketing team uses Sales Cloud and Salesforce Campaigns. Uses Sales Analytics. Now, a great place to start when I'm thinking about using my scarce marketing budget is sales performance data. I can use Einstein Analytics to answer questions: where should I spend my money? What's working? What's not? I have key metrics at the top of this dashboard like business closed and year-over-year growth. But I can look at this data geographically. So if I look on the West Coast, it looks like we've had a lot of success there, and that's great to know. But if I look at open deals, it looks like much of the pipeline is actually concentrated in the Northeast. And that's fantastic to know as I'm planning my Q4 budget. And by the way, if you're considering using or using an account-based marketing strategy, this is a perfect example of how you can use analytics to better understand and target specific customers. Now, what if there's insight just below the surface that I can't quite get my fingers on? Einstein is looking at all my sales and marketing data, and it's surfacing the most important insights, so I don't have to dig for them. One, not only is there a lot of pipeline in the Northeast, prospect engagement is up there too, and that's the perfect combination for a marketer. Also, executive lunch events, those are driving deal closure. And finally, prospects are most engaged with our social ads. In fact, Einstein is telling me right here, you should create a campaign. So now we're going to create that Salesforce campaign. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with Salesforce campaigns. At Cox Automotive, we use Salesforce campaigns as our single source of truth. We're going to go to our Salesforce campaign. There we are. Now, we like to say, if it's not in a Salesforce campaign, it didn't happen. And why is that? Well, we need to drive visibility to the rest of the organization to let them know what we're doing. And we need to ultimately track our impact and measure ROI. Now, when I look at this campaign, at the top there, at a glance, I have all the information I need. We're going to run a Facebook ad, capture leads, drive attendance to a webinar, nurture those leads into a strong open pipeline for the sales team, and then finally, we're going to close some deals. And Salesforce Campaign Path shows me that this campaign is in the planning process, but also reinforces how we plan and execute at Cox Automotive, so everyone's on the same page. And by the way, there's a lot of people involved in getting a campaign out the door, right? Many different roles. And activity management is built right into campaigns. So I can always keep track of everything that needs to get done to get this campaign out the door. Now finally, Einstein is with me. Einstein's looking at all of the data, all of our past performance, and it's recommending both promising new segments to target, as well as the right content to use. So now that I know my goals, I know who I'm targeting, and I know the content that I'm using, I'm going to use Advertising Studio to create a Facebook ad. Now, as Maureen mentioned, the lines have blurred between people's personal and professional lives. People use Facebook at work. Mike Costow, actually, I think he's on Facebook right now. It's okay, Mike. It's totally natural. It's totally natural. And because this is a reality, we as B2B marketers need to be where our customers are. So let's actually take a look at Facebook from the perspective of a potential buyer, Glenn Franklin. Glenn is the COO of a dealership, Benioff Motors. He's checking in on his Facebook feed at work, just like Mike. And wait, this is adorable. Look at this baby Trailblazer. She is getting a head start on her Trailhead super badges, people. You know what to do. Now, as he scrolls his feed further, he sees our ad from Cox Automotive. We know dealerships like Glenn's, they don't want to waste customers' time. They want happy customers because they know that's going to lead to more sales. So he's hooked. He clicks through on the ad, and we ask him to complete a short form. And we're going to capture his information and sign him up for a webinar. And this webinar is going to teach him about our innovative products, like, well, we'll try that one more time. He's going to fill out this form. We're going to capture him in a webinar. There we go. So he's going to fill this form out, and he'll sign up for this webinar where he'll get to learn more about our innovative products. Now, what's great about these forms, they're smart. So I can keep them short initially, but as Glenn engages with more of our content over time, we can progressively ask him for more information. So he never gets overwhelmed with a lengthy form, and we build out a more complete profile of him over time. So he clicks that button to register, and we have captured another lead. But is it a good lead? We don't know. Right, we need to nurture Glenn. We need to get him ready to buy for the sales team. And to do that, we're going to use Salesforce Pardot. So with Salesforce Pardot, I get Engagement Studio. Engagement Studio, like Maureen told you about, gives me this rich canvas. I can design a personalized experience for every buyer, and all I need to know how to do is to create actions, triggers, and rules. Those let me build out the logic of my campaign. So leads are coming in from Facebook. We're going to check, did they go to that webinar? Did they attend? And if they did, we're going to send them an email as a thank you and follow up. Now, what's great about Engagement Studio is it has reporting built in, so I can optimize the efforts that we're putting into our campaign and understand what's working and what isn't. And what's great is right here, after we launched, we could see in real time that that email wasn't quite hitting the mark, not the click-through rate we want to see. But that's okay, we swapped out the content, and look at that, much better open and click-through rate. So we were able to do that on the fly in the program. But anytime we make changes like this, and I'm sure many of you can identify with this, you're tweaking a program, you're launching a new campaign, you get a little bit of anxiety. You want to make sure it's going to do what you expect. And that's why I love testing built right into the Engagement Studio canvas. With testing, I get to experience this program as the buyer. So there we're checking, did they attend the event? We'll say yes there. There's that email. Now this is the amazing part. We get to use Einstein. Einstein is going to tell us, it's going to look at all this leads behavior data and tell us, is this a high-scoring lead? And if it's not, that's okay. If they're not ready to buy, we'll send them down the path there and continue to nurture them. But if it's a high-scoring lead, we're going to get them over to sales immediately as marketing qualified. And just to make sure we know sales is busy, we don't want them to forget to follow up, we're going to assign a Salesforce task. And that's how you find and nurture leads. Back to you, Maureen.
Thank you, Blake, for walking us through that. Now, I am very excited to be joined by fellow B2B marketer from Cox Automotive, Rebecca King. Rebecca, please join us up here. Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, Maureen.
Welcome to Dreamforce.
Thanks for having us.
How are you doing today?
Great.
Awesome. So I mentioned earlier how Cox Automotive has hundreds of businesses that you're working with. How are you able to be so successful at such a large organization?
Well, we have come to events like this and come to Dreamforce, and we see how much the products are developing, and we get really fired up. We go back to the office, and we all get together, and we say, where do we start? And we've come up with formula that until now was pretty secret, but the team over there said I could share it with you.
Really? Okay, let's hear it.
All right, here it is. We take one piece of the product, just something new that we're really excited about. We look for one metric that's important to our organization and resist the urge to make that 17 metrics, just one. And we take that together with the campaign. We wrap that up in that campaign, and then we just work on that until we hit our goals. So it starts small. And with that winning formula, the 5 of our brands who piloted the platform in 2017 have been wildly successful. They've spread the word, and now we have a roadmap for all of 2018 to bring the rest of our brands onto the platform.
Awesome. Secret sauce. Okay. So Blake kind of walked us through how Cox Automotive is finding and nurturing leads with Salesforce. Can you elaborate a little bit and maybe share some of the results that you're seeing?
Sure. So we are using the power of lookalike audiences to help us find new prospects who look like our very best prospects. We're also using tools like scoring to help us understand when people are talking to us and engaging online, when they're ready for us to actually reach out to them and when it's the right time for that. That's working really well for our brands. Our retail group has come together and unified their campaigns on the platform, and in 1 month was able to grow their scored, relevant, valuable leads from 20,000 to over 130,000.
Wait, what?
Yep.
That's like 6 times the leads in just a month. That's absolutely incredible.
That's pretty great.
It's like you deserve a promotion or something.
Well, actually, that happened last week. Thanks, Todd.
Congratulations, a true trailblazer. We're all
it.
excited for you. So you mentioned finding new, unique leads, but I know we've talked before about how account-based marketing is an important part of your strategy. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So account-based marketing is a really important part of our overall strategy to find new leads and new business, but also our existing business. We are a really large organization, and we have a lot of client relationships already, and it's really important that we understand that total relationship and that total experience when we go and talk to our customers. And what we're doing with our tools is working for our organizations, and our lead to opportunity conversion rates have gone as high as 80%.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. Now, what's next for you guys? You guys are doing incredible things. What's coming up in 2018?
Well, we never take our foot off the gas. So 2018 is going to be big for us. We're really excited to leverage some of the analytics tools and the AI that's coming for predictive lead scoring and also for predictive opportunity scoring. We have a lot of product releases coming in 2018 as well, and our product sales and marketing teams are working together really well to plan what those campaigns and those goals will be. It's been really exciting, and our Cox Automotive Trailblazers over there are pretty fired up.
Yeah, they are.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, Rebecca, it has been such a pleasure to have you here today. I hope you enjoy the rest of Dreamforce. Thank you. Okay, so we just covered how to find and nurture leads. But at the end of the day, we all know how important it is for our sales teams to close more deals. And that's what Sales Cloud Einstein and Salesforce Engage can help us do. So let's talk about those. With Sales Cloud Einstein, I have my own personal data scientist that drives productivity for my team. With Einstein lead scoring, my sales team can focus on the high-value leads first, based on their propensity to buy. And then when they do reach out, Einstein takes away the manual tasks and automatically logs their activities for them. Now, I just want to pause there for a second. If your sales rep heard that he had an automated assistant to log his activities for him, he would be thanking you all day long. He'd be super excited, right? So, as a B2b marketer, account-based marketing is very important to me. And with Einstein Account Insights, Einstein helps both myself and my sales team become experts at our accounts by discovering key business developments that are happening, maybe a new leader coming to the business. And finally, with Einstein Opportunity Insights, Einstein prioritizes the top deals for my reps so they know exactly where to spend their day. Now, once we have these insights, we need to be able to put the power of marketing into the hands of our sales team, and we could do that with Salesforce Engage. With Engage Alerts, my reps are immediately alerted anytime their prospect makes any type of activity. And then with engagement history, all of these activities are logged right in their CRM. Things like a webinar registration or a website click, so they can have that educated conversation. With Engage for Outlook, the power of Engage functionality is right where reps spend their day, and they can even send marketing-approved emails on behalf of their leadership team, so their emails get the visibility that they need. Now, with that, I would like to continue our story of how Cox Automotive is closing more deals. And to do that, I would like to welcome a member of my Ohana, Meredith Brown.
All right, let's take a look at some of those products in action. Today, I'm going to play the role of Sierra Cross, a sales rep at Cox Automotive. And I am focused on closing more deals. I sell innovative products to dealerships worldwide so they can build stellar buying experiences for their customers. And we've just rolled out a new pricing solution. And I am super excited to get it into the hands of some of my best customers. With that being said, I've been at Dreamforce, and I've seen those puppies from the SPCA, and I really want to adopt one of those puppies. Look at those puppies. Aren't they adorable? That face is so cute. Oh, wait, what's this? This is a new hot lead for marketing. Time for me to get back to work. Well, the thing is, when I get leads from marketing these days, I pay attention. Because the leads they pass me are from some of my best customers. And Benioff Motors, that's one of my best customers. But I don't know Glenn Franklin. But did you see his Einstein score? An 83. Einstein thinks I need to know Glenn Franklin. Well, why does Einstein think that Glenn Franklin is so important? Well, he's in operations. He's been looking at those Facebook ads, and he's even attended some of our webinars. With Sales Cloud Einstein and predictive lead scoring, it helps me prioritize those leads that have the highest propensity to close. So what am I going to do next? Back at my desk in Sales Cloud, where I spend most of my day, let's open up that Benioff account. And there's Glenn Franklin, right there at the top of the list, as you would expect. But as we all know, all of the B2b marketers and sales teams in the room, there are lots of decision makers involved in deals. And I've been working with Kelly Roach on a deal for months. So I know she's important to this deal, but do you know who else knows she's important to this deal? Einstein. Einstein knows she's important to this deal because of who she is, the role she's been playing on that deal, and all the different ways that she's engaged with our marketing content and programs. Well, that's amazing, isn't it? But you heard Maureen talk earlier about logging activities. I use Sales Cloud. I also use Outlook. I send a lot of emails out of Outlook. That's where I put all of my appointments with my customers. And I hate logging them. It sucks, right? Who likes logging their tasks? But with Einstein Activity Capture, all of those emails, all of those calendar events, they're automatically logged for me right here in my activity history. That saves me a ton of time. But the other thing that's great, since we rolled out Einstein, is I get access to insights. And it lets me know what's happening in some of my best accounts. And not only is Glenn in operations like Kelly, he's actually her boss. He just got hired as the COO. No wonder why she wasn't ready to move forward on that deal. Well, now I'm armed with all this incredible information, and my manager has been on my case to get that opportunity closed. But I'm not worried, because here's Einstein giving me reassurance that this is one of my best deals. And with Einstein opportunity scoring and opportunity insights, it helps me prioritize. And it helps me focus on those deals that are going to help me meet my number. That is super helpful. Well, we've seen that marketing is giving me great leads. They're generating a lot of great content. But the other thing they're doing is they're creating these amazing events. And these events are what are helping me close deals. So let's let my manager know that I have a plan of action. I'm going to get Glenn and Kelly to that event. Well, how am I going to do that? I'm going to take advantage of Salesforce Engage. And with Salesforce Engage, I have access to a whole library of marketing-approved templates. They're on brand. They have the right legal disclaimers. I'm not going to get in trouble with the brand police. And I can even personalize those messages if I'd like. So let's get that invitation out to Glenn and Kelly. And the great thing with Salesforce Engage, with Engage alerts, I'll get notified the second any time my prospects opens one of these emails or engages any of the content that they've been looking at on our website. Incredible insights. Okay, great. So we've gotten that invitation out. And I'm going to go back to Outlook, because like I mentioned, I spent a lot of time in Outlook. And I am dying to know what happened at that event. Here's a response right here from Kelly. Looks like it went great. They want to get that contract over to them today. But check this out. Right here in Outlook, in this message, is all of that engagement history. All of the content that Kelly has been looking at, where she's been spending her time on our website. Well, why is that important? It's important because I can have really relevant and personal conversations with my prospects. So let's let Kelly know that I'm going to get that contract over to her today. And it looks like I'm on my way to closing another deal. And that's fantastic because the puppy that I just adopted at Dreamforce is ready to go for a walk. And that's how you close more deals with Salesforce for B2b Marketing. Maureen, back to you.
Thank you, Meredith. And I can't wait to meet that new puppy. Sounds great. Okay. Now, I would like to talk about another Trailblazer, Ticketmaster. Now, many of you know Ticketmaster as a place where you go to buy tickets to some of your favorite concerts, sporting events, maybe Broadway shows. But what you might not know is that Ticketmaster is a B2B company that sells an entire ticketing solution to venues, festivals, athletics, arts, the list goes on. And Ticketmaster is using Salesforce for B2B Marketing to connect businesses with more fans and sell more tickets than ever before. And with that, I'm very excited to have our own Brian McKenzie, Director of B2B Marketing from Ticketmaster, here with us today. Come to the stage, Brian. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Dreamforce.
Glad to be here.
Now,
Hey, everybody.
Now, Brian, a lot of people here think of Ticketmaster as a B2C company, but you're obviously all about B2B. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Ticketmaster?
Yeah, so like you said, our B2B, like our clients, are the artists, promoters like Live Nation, the venues like Madison Square Garden, professional sports teams, college sports teams, Broadway shows, and pretty much everything in between. So, I mean, it's kind of cool as a B2B marketer to have that type of clientele, and it's kind of hard not to name drop, you know? It's like, Dad, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I'm in a client meeting with the Dallas Cowboys. So it's pretty dope. The first thing I wanna say is really at Ticketmaster, you know, it's really all about the fan. Without fans, there's no live entertainment. So on the B2C side, we've been developing all these amazing technologies like Verified Fan that are really protecting the fan and ensuring that they have the best possible experience when it comes to purchasing tickets to a live event. On the B2B side, you know, we have an amazing product team that's recently been developing these industry-changing products that not only are helping our clients sell more tickets and attract more fans, but to really empower them to provide the fan with that safe and powerful ticket purchasing experience, but also when they enter the venue. So I joined in April. I'm the new guy, and I come in and I learn about all these, you know, cool new products, and I'm just like a marketer's dream, right? It's like, wow, this is cool stuff. So one of the first things that we did is we took a step back and we looked at our marketing organization. We wanted to make sure that it was set up to support the entire business. And that's when we started looking at all the technologies that we were using and making sure that we were leveraging them properly. And that's when we really, really focused on Pardot.
Awesome. And so you mentioned that you're just getting started. And I know a lot of people in the room may also just be getting started with Salesforce or B2B marketing. What have you learned? What are some things that you can tell us about?
Yeah, so Pardot is really, already just like the backbone of everything we do. For the marketers in the room, like content is king, right? So you need, you could develop all the content you want, but if you don't have something to deliver that content or measure that content, really, you just have a pile of stuff. So we've been looking at Pardot and we were using it very conservatively. We're largely a renewal business. So we've been thinking of new ways to really deliver all the content that we were creating, developing landing pages and form fill pages and started collecting all this data on our clients. And it's really helped us kind of shape our content strategy, actually, and really realizing, okay, yeah, maybe we need to start developing more segmented content. And content that's really resonating with our audience. And already we're seeing like open rates around 40%. Our email campaigns are around, are above industry average. And every time we see something come in that's like industry average, we're like, oh, that sucks. We're really bummed out about it. So.
Awesome. Well, so you mentioned some things like landing pages and segmentations that you're using, but you're just beginning. What else is down in the pipeline? What do you guys have coming up?
So all that you showed, we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. All right. The account rep who just heard that's like, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's we've only really scratched the surface. And, we haven't even touched on content syndication, lead scoring, lead nurture campaigns, better drip campaigns, social. I was in a session where like text messaging marketing is like really big, and I'm like, what? So, we want to, take it, all the way, and it's leveraging, technology like Salesforce for B2b marketing. It's really going to help us, move the needle.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited to be a part of that journey with you, Brian, and thank you so much for being here. Enjoy Dreamforce. Thank you. Okay, so today we've talked about how to find and nurture leads, close more deals, and now I'm going to wrap this up and start talking about how we can maximize marketing ROI with B2B Marketing Analytics. With B2B Marketing Analytics, I now have 3 out-of-the-box attribution models, first, even, and last touch. And why is this important? It's important because I no longer need developers to help me build my influence models. I can use these beautiful interactive dashboards to track which campaigns are helping me find more leads with first touch and which ones are helping me close more deals with last touch. And what's even more powerful is I can get these insights anywhere, anytime on my mobile device. Now, to finish off our story of Cox Automotive, I would like to welcome Blake Markham back to the stage to kick us off.
So I'm back as Eric Keel, VP of Marketing, and I love a live demo. Now for this demo, we're going to talk about how you can maximize marketing ROI. But I want to ask you a question. How many of you have ever been asked a question by your boss and you have no idea what the answer is? That's not the greatest feeling, right? Just the other day, I'm sitting in marketing, or sitting in a meeting, and I get the lucky seat between the CEO and the head of marketing. And they both asked me about my marketing budget and why it's so high. I could have panicked, but I didn't. I just pulled out my handy phone and I pulled up B2B Marketing Analytics, and in a few taps, I pointed out that our ROI is over 400%. Thank you very much. And we're almost at 100% year-over-year growth. So I don't know what we're talking about. It got pretty quiet. But they don't always remember our conversation, so I thought maybe I should send them a little postcard as a follow-up. Yeah. What do you think? You think they'll remember the conversation? So I'm going to send that off to them, get them off my back. But you know, ROI numbers like those, they don't happen on their own. My team is constantly learning and experimenting what's working, what's not. And we have to keep track of every Salesforce campaign and monitor how it's performing and how things are going. Let's go back and look at that Facebook campaign. There's that Facebook campaign I showed you earlier. Looks like it wrapped up with over 200% ROI, not bad. And at any given point, I can look at opportunities that this campaign is influencing. Now, we know that this campaign brought in Glenn from Benioff Motors, and we know Sierra Cross took down that huge deal at Benioff Motors. Great team effort all around. Nice job, Sierra. But you know what else we know? We know that this campaign is not solely responsible for all of those deals closing. There are many people involved, and there are many touches along that journey, that buying journey. And so what I need is multi-touch attribution. I need to understand what touches are working, what channels are working. So with this ROI dashboard right here, I can see we're looking at a first touch model, and I know that events are bringing the deals home. But what's great to see is how well social is performing at the top of the funnel. And I can see that right here on this dashboard. Now, if I flip to a last touch model, just a couple clicks, now I'm looking at last touch model, completely different story. And you know, we heard from Sierra that they love those marketing events, and this confirms it. Look at that, over 200% ROI. There's those executive lunch events, industry trade shows. So I know that events are bringing the deals home. And you know, with data like this, there's not really anything to argue about. In fact, I'm feeling so confident, I think I'm gonna ask for more budget. So I've posted right here in Chatter to our CEO and head of sales, give me more budget for Q4, and I'll bring you more ROI. So what do you think? You think they're gonna say yes? Yes? Nice, we got it. And looks like I've become a marketer that sales teams love. And that feels pretty good. So that's how you find and nurture leads, close more deals, and maximize ROI with Salesforce for B2B marketing. And now I'd like to bring my favorite blue-suited friend back up here, Mike Kostow, to bring us home.
Blake Markham. I am excited to welcome our final Trailblazer, SPCA International. SPCA International is doing incredible work helping abused animals all over the world. And they're doing it with innovative programs that help both the animals and their caretakers. And in their partnership with Salesforce, they've seen a nearly 30% increase in donations over the last year. And to hear more about this great work that SPCA International is doing, please join me in welcoming Meredith Ann. Meredith. Hi, Meredith.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome to Dreamforce.
Thank you. We're so happy to be here.
So I'm an animal lover. I'm guessing there's some animal lovers in here based
Probably a
on
couple,
the number
yeah.
of people that were in line to see the Pardot pups.
Yes, I hope everyone got a chance to go see our adoptable Pardot puppies. They were in the Pardot Lodge, and
Yes.
I think, sadly, they've left now, but I hope you had some time to go and cuddle some puppies while you were here.
So thank you for joining us today. I've introduced a little of what SPCA International is doing. I'd love to hear more from you about your mission and charter.
Sure, thank you. So SPCA International champions animal welfare causes all over the globe. A large portion of our work focuses on spay and neuter and education initiatives. We travel all over the world helping local organizations who are on the ground doing the hard work every day with animals. Most recently, we were in Chernobyl, all the glamorous places we go, and we were helping community animals that were generations of pets left behind after the 1986 nuclear disaster. Wow. So we get to really get in there and see these amazing places and these amazing people that are helping animals all over the world.
And I hear there's another very cool program that you guys were involved in.
Yes, we have a very well-known program called Operation Baghdad Pups Worldwide, and this program was established to help U.S. servicemen and women on active duty who befriend an animal, and when their deployment is over, they don't want to leave that animal behind. It helped them get through some tough times. So we have made 750 reunions happen so far for U.S. servicemen and women. Thank you.
And I hear you have a surprise for us
I do
today.
have a surprise for you today. So joining us today are one of these Patriot pets. So joining us is Ken and his dog, Oliver.
Come on, Oliver. Hi, Ken. Welcome to Dreamforce. Hello, Oliver.
Hello, everyone.
Oliver's going to take over the stage. So Meredith did a great job of, no, go ahead. Just don't fall off the stage. Meredith did a great job of introducing the story. Would love to hear more about Oliver and how you guys developed a strong relationship and how SPCA International helped you guys get back to the U.S.
Okay, well, I'd been out of the military for a few years, and the whole ISIS thing happened in Iraq. I didn't like it too much, so I took it upon myself, take some time off work, fly over there. Before I met SPCA International. And fast forward, I was doing what I was doing in northern Iraq, and I met him. And before I had gotten there were Westerners that had the same idea, and they had rescued him along a freeway when he was just a puppy. So he was raised on the base with us. And he followed us everywhere we went. He would chase us out the wire every single time. The guards at the front gate would have to stop him. He just wanted to come with us. It was just super dangerous outside for animals in general. The Middle East, they don't look at animals the same way we do. You know, they're not pets, they're working things. So all that considered, I was there for a few months, and things kind of went sour, and we all had to kind of break out of there. And we were living on an Iraqi base. They helped us out really well getting us off there, but there was nothing we could do about him. And the Iraqis, they did not like him because he was constantly guarding us from them. So we were all really worried about what would happen. I gave everyone the opportunity to take him first, and no one wanted to do anything. I didn't know what to do. So like a caveman, I just walked over to the computer and how do I get a dog out of a war zone? And Operation Baghdad Pups.
Something that many in this room have not Googled before.
Yeah. And Operation Baghdad Pups popped up. And I was near Baghdad, and he's a pup, so I just figured, well, what the hell? It was better than shoving him in a suitcase. So what happened next? So I reached out, and we did have internet access on the Iraqi base, and I just sent out an email. I filled out the application, about a page and a half, attached some pictures. And 2 days later, I get a response from Lori Khalif, and she apologized for taking so long. 2 days. And she accepted us right there on the spot. I had to send a couple more pictures to make sure everything was legit. They had a guy there that I could bring him to quarantine the dog, and that was the last thing I did before I left. Is I brought the dog to the quarantine area. He was there for a month. I came back to my job in my house, and I got my dog, my house dog proof. You know, I put a nice new fence and some floors that he wouldn't kill, and we sat there for a month. We got him, and thanks completely to SPCA International, they did every single thing. I had to do nothing. I picked him up from SFO. That was it.
That's an incredible story.
And I know Salesforce does a lot to support them, and I'm sitting backstage, which, by the way, brewing in your own nerves in the dark, not ideal.
That's exactly what Oliver said before he got on stage.
Hi, 400 people. And so,
1,200 and plus people are watching on live stream.
Nice. There they are. So he comes and puts his head on my lap, and it's just kind of nice, you know, just to see the interpersonal, the emotions, the stuff that actually is happening because of people like you and people like you. And I wanted to thank you guys both.
Sure.
Really, I mean, you made my life better. You made his life better. And I mean, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ken, for coming. And hold on, before you go anywhere, I know, Meredith, you had a surprise for us with Ken and Oliver. I have a surprise for you. Salesforce is very passionate about giving back.
Oh, wow.
And on behalf of Salesforce, I want to make a $25,000 donation.
Thank you. Thank you
SPCA.
so much. This is going to help us. Thank you.
You're going to have to fly this back to New York. I'm not sure.
So I can deposit this in an ATM, right? But this is going to help us save so many more animals like Oliver, and thank brave people like Ken who are defending our country and putting their lives on the line. So thank you so much.
But we would welcome all of you to donate as well. And we've got a few ways that you can do that. You can go to SPCA International. Can we go back to the slides? Go to SPCA International's website to donate. You can tweet Pardot Pups right from your phone. We'll make a donation on your behalf. Or you can come to the Pied Piper at the Palace Hotel, make a donation, and we'll give you some cool swag. Meredith, maybe we just want to close with the great partnership we've had with this Pardot Pups. I believe there's been some adoptions that have happened this week.
There have been 3 adoptions so far, and they're not local. These dogs are getting on a flight to Indianapolis, to Southern California. So, I mean, when you meet the right animal, you know, and we've had that happen. So yeah, we encourage everyone to please go out, adopt an animal. They change your lives for the better always. So yes, very successful.
Amazing story. Please thank Meredith, Ken, and Oliver. And Oliver, you look so comfortable. If you just want to stay up here, you're welcome to do that. So today was the start for the B2B marketers. You got to see some great content, some demos. If you want to learn more, the place to go is the Pied Piper at the Palace Hotel. We can show you a demo. We can get you a one-on-one consultation. That is the place for B2B marketers. And I know we talked earlier about a surprise. So for those of you that were at our party at the Peak and saw Beck, anyone here? The Beck show? Okay. We at Salesforce know how to throw a party. We want to turn one of you into a marketer that sales teams love and help you throw a great party for your sales team. We've also got some great prizes that include Ticketmaster gift certificates and some really cool Patagonia backpacks. Now, to see if you've won, look under your chair. Come to the Pied Piper at the Palace Hotel to redeem your prize. Thank you and have a great Dreamforce.